Welcome. Today, we're diving into the world of storytelling and marketing. Have you ever wondered why some brands stick in your mind while others fade away? The secret often lies in the stories they tell. Storytelling isn't just about entertainment, it's a powerful tool that helps brands connect emotionally with their audience. When done right, stories can transform a simple product into a memorable experience. In this video, we'll explore how to craft stories that truly sell, making your marketing more engaging and effective. Let's start by understanding why stories matter so much in marketing. Stories have been part of human culture for thousands of years. Our brains are wired to respond to narratives, making information more memorable and persuasive. In marketing, stories help brands stand out in a crowded marketplace. They create emotional connections, build trust, and make messages stick. Instead of just listing product features, a good story shows how a product fits into someone's life. This emotional resonance is what drives people to take action, whether it's making a purchase or sharing your message with others. Every compelling marketing story shares a few key elements. First, there's a relatable character, someone your audience can identify with. Next, there's a challenge or problem that needs solving. The story then follows the character's journey as they overcome obstacles, often with the help of your product or service. Finally, there's a resolution that leaves the audience feeling inspired or satisfied. By weaving these elements together, you can create stories that not only capture attention but also drive results. Before you start crafting your story, it's crucial to understand who you're talking to. What are your audience's needs, desires, and pain points? The more you know about them, the easier it is to create a story that resonates. Use data, surveys, and feedback to build a detailed picture of your ideal customer. Tailor your story to address their specific challenges and aspirations. When your audience feels seen and understood, they're much more likely to engage with your message. Every story needs a clear message. What do you want your audience to remember or do after hearing your story? Your message should be simple, focused, and aligned with your brand values. Avoid trying to say too much at once. Clarity is key. Whether you want to inspire, educate, or persuade, make sure your message shines through every part of your story. This focus will help guide your narrative and keep your audience engaged from start to finish. Characters are the heart of any story. In marketing, your character could be a customer, an employee, or even your brand itself. The key is to make them relatable and authentic. Show their struggles, dreams, and growth. When your audience sees themselves in your characters, they're more likely to connect emotionally and trust your brand. Use real testimonials, case studies, or even fictional personas to bring your story to life. Great story needs a vivid setting. Describe where and when your story takes place to help your audience visualize the situation. The setting can be as simple as a customer's home or as grand as a global adventure. Details matter. Paint a picture that draws people in and makes your story feel real. The more immersive your setting, the easier it is for your audience to step into your character's shoes and experience the journey firsthand. Every story needs a conflict or challenge. This is what drives the narrative forward and keeps your audience interested. In marketing, the conflict is often a problem your customer faces, something that disrupts their life or holds them back. Clearly define this challenge and show why it matters. The more urgent and relatable the conflict, the more invested your audience will be in seeing how it gets resolved. Once the conflict is established, it's time to show the journey. This is where your character takes action, faces obstacles, and learns valuable lessons. In marketing, this journey often mirrors the customer's path from problem to solution. Highlight the steps they take, the setbacks they encounter, and the support they receive, especially from your product or service. This part of the story builds suspense and keeps your audience engaged. Every great story needs a satisfying resolution. In marketing, this is where your product or service comes in as the hero. Show how it solves the character's problem and improves their life. Be specific about the benefits and results. A strong resolution not only wraps up the story but also reinforces your brand's value. When your audience sees the positive outcome, they're more likely to believe in your solution and take action themselves. Emotions are at the core of effective storytelling. Think about the feelings you want to evoke, whether it's hope, excitement, relief, or even a bit of fear. Use language, imagery, and tone to tap into these emotions. Emotional stories are more likely to be remembered and shared. They also help build a deeper connection between your brand and your audience, making your marketing much more impactful. Authenticity is key in storytelling. Audiences can quickly spot stories that feel fake or forced. Use real experiences, genuine testimonials, and honest language. Don't exaggerate or make promises you can't keep. Authentic stories build trust and credibility, which are essential for long-term success. Remember, it's better to be real and relatable than to try to be perfect. Picture is worth 1,000 words. Visuals can make your story more engaging and easier to understand. Use images, videos, infographics, and even simple graphics to bring your narrative to life. Visual storytelling helps break up text, highlight key points, and create a more immersive experience. Make sure your visuals are high quality and aligned with your brand's style for maximum impact. Your story shouldn't live in just one place. Share it across multiple marketing channels, social media, email, your website, and even offline events. Tailor your story format to fit each platform, but keep the core message consistent. This approach helps you reach a wider audience and reinforces your brand's narrative at every touchpoint. The more places your story appears, the more likely it is to be remembered. User-generated stories are incredibly powerful. Encourage your customers to share their experiences with your brand. Feature their testimonials, reviews, or case studies in your marketing. These real-life stories add credibility and show potential customers that your product delivers results. Plus, they help build a sense of community around your brand, turning satisfied customers into passionate advocates. Simplicity is often the secret to a great story. Avoid jargon, complex language, or unnecessary details. Focus on the core message and make your story easy to follow. A simple, well-told story is more likely to be understood, remembered, and shared, Remember, clarity beats cleverness every time when it comes to effective marketing storytelling. First impressions matter. Start your story with a hook that grabs attention right away. This could be a surprising fact, a relatable question, or a vivid description. A strong opening sets the tone and encourages your audience to keep listening. Don't be afraid to be bold or creative, just make sure it ties back to your main message. Every marketing story should end with a clear call to action. What do you want your audience to do next? Whether it's visiting your website, signing up for a newsletter, or making a purchase, make your call to action specific and compelling. A strong ending not only wraps up your story but also guides your audience toward the next step. It's important to track how your stories perform. Use analytics to measure engagement, shares, and conversions. Look for patterns, what types of stories resonate most with your audience. Use these insights to refine your storytelling strategy over time. Remember, great storytelling is always evolving based on feedback and results. Some of the world's most successful brands are master storytellers. Study their campaigns to see how they use narrative to connect with audiences. Look for inspiration in their use of characters, conflict, and emotion. By learning from the best, you can adapt proven techniques to fit your own brand and audience. Now that you know the essentials of storytelling and marketing, it's time to put these ideas into action. Start by identifying your audience, crafting your message, and building stories that resonate. Remember, the most effective marketing isn't about selling a product, it's about sharing a story that people want to be part of. With practice and creativity, you can craft stories that not only sell but also inspire and connect. Good luck on your storytelling journey.